Kia ora tātou, ko Leigh taku ingoa, ko Taranaki taku maunga. Taranaki is my tūranga waiwai, the place where I belong. I am fiercely proud of this. I know Professor Clarkson, who we would like to claim, feels exactly the same. Living out on a limb under maunga Taranaki creates a sense of pride and oneness in our people. When Lonely Planet described us as the second best region in the world, we knew it already. This oneness is recognised by many organisations who operate in our region. These organisations treat us as a whole, and they work across communities, across land tenure and across rohe to achieve something for Taranaki. We intend to do the same. Our vision is to create a new normal within our community, where all people are engaged in action to protect our environment. For this action to become a normal part of their daily lives, something unconscious and automatic. This will begin where they live and extend to where they work, play and beyond, so we can all restore Taranaki. Great things are being achieved in our region. Taranaki contains a fenced sanctuary, the largest managed population of Western brown kiwi, and this month we will see the return of kōkako. But it is not enough. We are only doing a fraction of what we could to protect biodiversity, and it is often on a small scale and fragmented. A lot of effort goes into trying to grow support, to get more money and more volunteers, but it is a slow trickle. There is huge potential to do more and do it more effectively. We must win the hearts and minds of our people. Engaging local communities is vital to our success. This photo shows a beach clean-up organised by the Taranaki Conservationists, Project Hotspot and Otarawa Hapu in 2006. Events like this are attracting an increasing number of people from throughout our community. They are even taking new forms. One of the recent beach clean-ups began with a free 1-hour yoga session. What are we hoping will result? Significant biodiversity outcomes, healthy functioning ecosystems. We want more native plants, animals, where people live, work, play and beyond. We want improved freshwater quality. We want to be able to swim and harvest kai from our waterways and for native species to thrive in them. We would like healthy people actively contributing to restore Taranaki. More connected communities working together for a common cause. Less damage from pests, increased revenue from tourism and employment for the environment. How are we doing this? By being Wild for Taranaki. The timeline for Wild for Taranaki had its beginnings at the first Regional Biodiversity Forum in 2008. It was recognised there were opportunities for collaboration to achieve more. This commitment was captured in a non-statutory document. This is called the Taranaki Biodiversity Accord, and it was launched in 2012. The Accord is a community response to protecting native plants, animals and ecosystems. It is a starting point for everyone to work together better and obtain the best results from currently finite resources. Following the launch of the Accord, there was a 2-year lull. 2 barriers were identified to moving forward: capacity and money. As a result, in 2014, a regional biodiversity coordinator was employed. And then in 2015, the Taranaki Biodiversity Trust was formed. It is a charitable trust, so we can receive and manage funds. It began with 19 founding members. We have a trust deed, which was written in 2015, and we have a trust board. This is largely elected from our membership. There is a strategic plan and a memorandum of understanding with Taranaki Regional Council. This memorandum of understanding is worth $200,000 per annum and is in the long-term plan so we can build a foundation and operate the trust. I have to correct Lou Sanson from this morning and let you know that Wild for Taranaki currently has 36 members and we are growing. Our members include councils, DOC, iwi, community groups, educational institutions, federated farmers and business. Our environmental community is on board. Currently, we are planning for a project called Restore Taranaki. We are developing a plan with consultants. The draft plans are due at the end of May. These consultants are Joe Ritchie from Treescape and the Giblin Group, who raised money for our Lenlai Centre. This plan will have three components: operational, fundraising, and communication and engagement. Once the draft plans are out, we have a key stakeholder group who are reviewing material and shaping the project with us. We are working collaboratively with Project Taranaki Maunga, which some of you may have heard about at this conference already. As we develop these plans, we are following three guiding principles. These are the wishes of our members and our community, and they were expressed at a regional biodiversity forum in 2016. We were tasked with protecting and enhancing a range of ecosystems, with connecting with local people and communities, building on existing work and linking projects across the landscape. And in an effort to determine the priorities, we created a map, and this map shows priority areas for biodiversity in Taranaki. The redder the area, the greater the priority. We overlaid this one with animal pest control, so we could get a feel for where work was occurring and if it was occurring in the right place. And it definitely is, but we are only doing a fraction of the sites. There is a lot more we can do. A range of actions are being described in the Restore Taranaki plan, from raising funds to supporting members to grow their operations using our Community Biodiversity Fund. We are hoping as these operations grow, they will connect across the landscape. We are also going to encourage backyard action and take targeted action where there are gaps between our members. We are working with Project Maunga to develop a collective education strategy and build volunteer capacity through a centrally coordinated system. These photos show Rory helping Ngāmutu Marine Reserve Society with trapping along the coastline, and this is me stenciling one of the kids at WOMAD with the Wild for Taranaki logo. The tent Wild for Taranaki shared with Project Maunga at WOMAD was very, very popular. Restore Taranaki. Taranaki people have a can-do attitude, and there is plenty they can do. From participating in animal and pest plant control through to monitoring and experiencing our wild places. There are many great examples of people working for our environment in our community. We hope they will inspire and motivate others, and we will be making it as easy as possible for everyone to participate. A decision was made to begin the Restore Taranaki project in the New Plymouth Block, and this is where the greatest number of people are. It will allow us to engage with over 50% of the population of our region. It covers the rohe of Taranaki and Te Atiawa iwi, and 6 communities are located inside this block. 16 members of Wild for Taranaki are taking action, not to mention iwi in our communities work in this space. The New Plymouth Block will allow us to connect all ecosystems from the mountain to the sea. It also provides a buffer or halo around 56% of Egmont National Park, which fits in well with Project Taranaki Maunga. But we cannot bite off the whole block at once. It's over 100,000 hectares. And instead, in years 1 to 3, the focus will be in the Waiwakaio catchment. This is 14,000 hectares and runs from the mountain to the sea through the middle of this block. It contains a mix of rural and urban landowners. In the Waiwakaio, we intend to test and refine methodology before we roll it out through the whole block. So are we crazy and ambitious? Absolutely. Restore Taranaki is big. It is complex. We are looking at a suite of management actions. We need to raise a considerable amount of money, millions. It involves many stakeholders, and we need to recruit and train an army. Minister Maggie Barry this morning mentioned about the terms for battle, and we are getting prepared. New tools are required, but we are definitely not afraid. Restore Taranaki and Project Taranaki Maunga fit together like a jigsaw to bring about action to restore our region, which is our home. He waka eke noa, a canoe we are all in, with no exception. Thank you. Yes, Bruce?
Explain the significance of riparian planting in Taranaki and what's already been achieved, which will be the basis for the recommission.
Would you like to cover that question, Steve? So the Taranaki Regional Council has an extensive riparian planting program. So it is a non-regulatory program. The Taranaki Regional Council works with landowners to encourage and support riparian planting across the landscape. Taranaki has thousands of kilometres of streams and waterways, and over the last decade these have been progressively fenced and planted. So Taranaki farmers are going that one step further, and that's definitely providing corridors from the Maunga to the coast. So we are hoping, as part of restoring Taranaki, to support the Regional Council to complete that program, and also to encourage rewilding, particularly in Egmont Ecological District, where a lot of the vegetation has been removed. So the riparian planting program is a fundamental part of creating these corridors and encouraging this connectivity between the Maunga and the sea.